Welcome to Scaling Your Healthy Food Product podcast, where we believe the process of scaling better for you product doesn't have to be lonely, hard, or complicated, but following simple steps to prepare your product to scale correctly will set you up to succeed. If that is you, you're in the right place. I'm your host, Jacinta Kimboy. Let's get started, everybody. To the founder working 9 to 5 and building after hours. Hi, welcome to the podcast. Today, this is for you. It's the encouragement that you need to keep going and that somebody's watching and somebody's thinking about you. So if you're listening to this on your commute during your lunch break or while packing orders late at night, this one is for you. I see you're juggling a full-time job, maybe a family, and still finding energy to build your food brand. One batch, one sale, one idea at a time. And I know some days it feels like you're behind, like you're supposed to be further ahead or doing more faster. But the truth is, you're doing something incredible. Most of the founders you see making it started right where you are, squeezing in production runs on weekends, designing labels at midnight, Googling how to price wholesale on their breaks. You're not behind, you're building differently. You're building with intention, with purpose, and with real heart. So today's episode is about encouragement because I want you to know that slow growth isn't failure, it's foundation. That every night and every tiny win is preparing you for your next stage, to evaluate, to test, and scale your product with confidence, as we say here with the ETS method framework. So if you've been doubting yourself or feeling like the road is too long, take a deep breath. You're exactly where you need to be, and this journey you're on, it's worth it. So let's dive in. So some of the struggles that you may be facing, we're going to talk about the 6 ones, and I want you to think about it, like go through them and see which ones you relate with more. So you may be feeling like there's never enough time. And what I mean by that is like you're balancing your full-time job, the family, the business. It can feel like not enough hours in a day, that you don't have 8 free hours to make progress. But if you just focus one focused hour in a day is all that you need. Consistency really does compound. All the small steps that you're taking as you're building your business is compounding, and it's going to have an impact in your business. In the next 3-6 months, you will be completely in a different spot from where you are today. The second struggle is juggling too many roles. You're the founder, you're the marketer, you're the packer, you're the delivery driver, all before 9 a.m. and after 5 p.m. It doesn't mean that you're failing. It means that you're learning your business. When you grow, you can delegate. When you grow, you can delegate with understanding because you've gone through all those different things, especially if you're doing like branding and production and you're understanding your product and you're getting all the kinks and ironed out. So it would be easier for you to share, to delegate all those different tasks when time comes. And then the other relatable struggles, is comparing yourself with full-time founders. You see others scale faster, but you're not behind. You're just building differently. You're just on a different road, you're on a different journey, but you're going to get there. So be encouraged. You're going to get there. And then the fourth one is the doubt and fatigue. You're wondering if it's worth it when things move slower. You're not tired because you're weak. You're tired because you care and you just need to rest. And don't quit. Don't quit. Keep at it. Keep at it. Remember the mission. Remember why you're doing this. Remember why you started this in the first place. I can relate. It's hard. Like for me, myself, as I'm building the consulting business and the family and building my brand, sometimes it can feel like there's so much that I need to do, and I could be bogged down with all the different details. But I just remind myself why I'm doing this, and I get encouraged, when I'm talking in my retail readiness program, or when I'm talking to one of the business that I'm consulting for, and the wins that they're having, the sales that they're having, and just how their product is doing better because of me helping them. Then that just keeps encouraging me. So this is just to remind you of, those comments that you get from your customers about your product. Keep those. When you're getting so low and you feel like you're just tired, pull those ones to just remind you why you're doing this, because that's the encouragement that you need. And then the other relatable struggle, the fifth one, is lack of clarity or roadmap, and not knowing what to focus on first. You have so much. Should you build your product? Should you market it? Should you focus on sales? But you know what? Clarity comes from doing. Every action gives you data, not just for the business, but also you as a founder. So you're collecting data right now. You're collecting all these different aspects about your business. You're getting to know what you need to do, how you need to do things. So it's okay. It's not that you're not doing right, but this is also an invitation to ask yourself, like, is there something that you could maybe put money aside to be able to get some help? Because you can get so far, like hire a master, and you're going to get far, right? So that's one of the things. And then the other thing is the missing community. You're feeling isolated, like no one understands this dual life that you're living as a professional, and you're the founder that is building your business after 5 and before 9 a.m. You don't have to do this alone. Join other founders building before sunrise and after bedtime, because they're there. The communities are there, and I, for one, I will invite you to the Emerging Food Business Hub, where the founders like you, are building the business. Some of them are still in the 9 to 5, and they're building after hours and before. So like I said, before sunrise and after bedtime. And when you come together and share the struggles, and you understand what they're going through, and having somebody that understands what you're going through, and they can share their experiences, and you can share your experiences while you're going through the same thing, that's where community comes in, and that's where the strength comes in. Because alone you can go fast, but if you want to go far, you go together with a community. So this is where the Emerging Food Business Hub can hold your hand and can help you during this time as you're building your food business. So be encouraged. Like, yes, there's all these relatable struggles as a founder working 9 to 5 and building after hours. But you know what? You do have a mission. You have a goal. You have a purpose. Your business, your product has a purpose. There's a reason why you started making that product. It may be a personal story. Maybe somebody in your family that was struggling with, it could be gluten-free, and you came up with a solution, or somebody had high blood sugar and you came up with a solution with a drink that you made, or the product that you made, or even just energy, and you came up with a solution. Whatever problem your product solves, it's important. And there's a reason why you're there, because there's somebody on the other side that is waiting for your product. So there's somebody on the other side that has not been introduced to your product yet, and they do need to be introduced to your product, because your product does solve some of the problems and the challenges that they're experiencing. So do not give up, because if you do give up, the person that is supposed to receive your product in the other side is not going to receive the product because you didn't keep going. So keep going. So that's it for today. But before we wrap up today, I just want to say that if you're building your food business after hours, you're not alone. There's a whole community of founders out there who get it, who are testing recipes after bedtime, labeling jars in their kitchen, and dreaming about turning their small batches into something bigger. And that's exactly why I created the Emerging Food Business Hub, a place for founders just like you to get the guidance, tools, and support you need as you grow your small and mighty food business. So inside the hub, we'll talk about everything from product development to scaling to packaging, shelf life, and finding your co-manufacturer. All the things to help you go from kitchen to market with confidence. If you've ever felt like you just need somebody to point you in the right direction or a community that truly understands their journey, this is for you. So if you're ready to take the next step and build your business with clarity and confidence, I'd love for you to come join us inside the Emerging Food Business Hub. You can learn more and sign up, and I'll put the link in the show notes. So remember the dream you have for your product. It's not too big. You're not too late, and you're definitely not alone. So until next time, keep scaling your food business. Subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss all the new. Go to kamaresearch.com/resources to download a resource that you'd like from questions that you need to ask a co-manufacturer. Until next week, keep scaling your food business. Subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss all the new. Go to kamaresearch.com/resources to download a resource that you'd like from questions that you need to ask a co-manufacturer. Until next week, keep scaling your food business.